Hello everyone, Officer Maifeld here, the Rumford Police Department. It's my pleasure to read a book to you today. The book that I'm going to read to you is called Ducks Eat Pancakes. It's written by Curit. She's actually a person who is from the Rumford area, and this is how it goes. Derek Duck was not an ordinary duck. He did not do the same things as other ducks. He did not eat the same things as the other ducks. He certainly did not like sleeping in a group of ducks, as most of the ducks he knew snored. Derek was definitely much different than the other ducks. One thing that stood out about Derek the most was he only ate pancakes. Every day, Derek dined at Dandy's Diner on Daughtry Street in Dexter, Maine. He was the only duck to eat there. The owner tried to tell him ducks were not allowed, but there was no sign that said otherwise. The owner sighed because it was true. He had not thought to put signs or make rules about ducks eaten at diners because most of the ducks he knew only ate fish and plant matter. Once Delilah Duck asked Derek Duck if he would like to eat one of the fish she had caught. Derek looked at her and replied in his most serious but sophisticated sounding voice, "No, thank you. Fish are too slimy." And he went on his way. Another friend, David Duck, asked Derek if he wanted some fresh weeds from the pond. Derek responded respectfully, "No, thank you. Plants are too grimy." And again, he went on his way. Most of the ducks knew Derek ate pancakes and decided he needed an intervention. They waddled over to Dandy's Diner, and since there were no rules or signs about ducks, they entered in past many staring humans. Waddle, waddle, waddle. They walked right up to Derek. Derek was sitting at his usual table in the corner at the restaurant where it wasn't too bright or too dark. It was just right. Of course, right in front of him was a plate of freshly made blueberry pancakes, topped with whipped cream. He didn't seem all that surprised when his friends showed up at his table. "Derek, why do you eat pancakes and not fish like other ducks?" Delilah asked. Derek looked up from his meal with blueberry painted on his bill. He lifted his napkin, wiped off his bill, and replied, "Fish are slimy." He continued eating his scrumptious stack of cakes. Delilah was annoyed. The other ducks nodded in agreement. She thought Derek should be behaving like a duck. She snatched his fork that he had held his pancakes on it, that held a little pancake on it. "These look slimy," she said. She expected it to taste awful, but slowly as she chewed and tasted the blueberries and whipped cream, her eyes grew bigger. This was the most delicious thing she'd ever tasted. Why hadn't ducks been eating pancakes from the start? She took another piece of pancake and fed one of the other equally curious yet annoyed ducks a bite. Soon all the ducks were eating off Derek's plate. They too had wondered why they had never eaten pancakes. Derek sat back in his seat and simply smiled an "I told you" smile. From that day on, Dandy's Diner was filled with ducks who only ate pancakes, as fish are too slimy. The owner just accepted that ducks eat pancakes and gave the ducks their own section of the restaurant where it wasn't too bright or dark. The end. Ducks Eat Pancakes by Kate Curit.